Kudash, 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 Adonai, Elohim, Sabayath, meaning holy, 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 Lord of hosts, Yah, He, Ba, He. The first Yah meaning divine masculine, He meaning feminine, Va meaning masculine, back to He meaning feminine. As a collective whole, creating the tetragrammaton. In the beginning, Elohim said, "Let us create them in our image, as a likening unto their self, as above, so below." The macro prosophis above and the micro prosophis below, because we are the microorganisms in the host of the Elohim. Today we're going to talk about the divine masculine and the divine feminine together in duality, creating the all. The all. In the Holy Tablets, it says Alkalun, the all in one, the one in all. But today I'm going in the Kabbalion, same book which I brought out the 7 principles of Enoch Hermetic thought philosophy and how it correlates with recent lessons that I've been talking about. But today we're going to jump right into it and we're going to break down the divine masculine and divine feminine and how together they create the all as a collective whole. All right. The principle of gender, see lesson 1 and other lessons to follow, is manifested on all planes of life: material, mental, and spiritual. But as we have said before, gender does not mean sex. Sex is merely a material manifestation of gender. Gender means relating to generation or creation. And whenever anything is generated or created on any plane, the principle of gender must be manifested. And this is true even in the creation of universes, that there is a male and feminine God or creator. Now let's get into it. That idea is merely a distortion of the ancient teachings on the subject. The true teaching is that the all in itself is above gender, as it is above every other law, including those of time and space. It is the law from which the laws proceed, and it is not subject to them. But when the all manifests on the plane of generation or creation, then it acts according to the law and principle. So that's when it generates as in a generation or creation. This is the reflection. This is when the eternal God is manifest in us. Now, this is when it breaks down this God concept, as above, so below. But when the all manifests on the plane of generation or creation, then it acts according to the law and principle, for it is moving on a lower plane of being, and consequently, it manifests the principle of gender in its masculine and feminine aspects on the mental plane, of course. This idea may seem startling to some of you who hear it for the first time, but you have all really passively accepted it in your everyday conceptions. You may speak of the fatherhood of God and the motherhood of nature of God, the divine father and nature, the universal mother, and have thus instinctively acknowledged the principle of gender in the universe. Is this not so? But the Hermetic teaching does not imply a real duality. The all is one. The two aspects are merely aspects of manifestation. The teaching, that's why I say in the Psalm, ye are all God's children of the Most High, because on this plane, God is manifested eternally through the gender of that chosen seed in which he or she manifests through the aspects of the elements. The teaching is that the masculine principle manifest by the all stands in a way apart from the actual mental creation of the universe. It projects its will towards the feminine principle, which may be called nature, whereupon the latter begins the actual work of the evolution of the universe from simple centers of activity on to man, and then on and on, still higher, all according to well established and firmly enforced laws of nature. If you prefer the old figures of thought, you may think of the masculine principle as God, the Father, and of the feminine principle as nature, the universal mother, from whose womb all things have been born. That's why when in the beginning Elohim, they, as a collective whole, they said, let us form them in the womb. The womb, we made mankind out of the earth, the clay, the dirt of the earth, and formed them and breathed the breath of life, which is also known as the ether, into them, the energetic soul, the divine frequency, that all these things through the elements of nature, the mother, the womb, was created and manifested these things, the mother. Does that make sense to y'all? The father and of the feminine principles as nature, the universal mother, from whose womb all things have been born, the atoms and the protons. This is more than a mere poetic figure of speech. It is an idea of the actual process of the creation of the universe. But always remember that the all is but one, and that in its infinite mind, the universe is generated, created, and exists. It may help you to get the proper idea if you will apply the laws of correspondence. Correspondence is things that correlate, coincide, go together. Duality, twos, groups, positive, negative, hot, the cold. Everything deals with duality. If you will apply the laws of correspondence to yourself in your own mind, you know that the part of you which you call I, in a sense, stands apart and witnesses the creation of the mental images in your own mind. The part of your mind in which the mental generation is accomplished may be called me, in distinction from the I, which stands apart and witnesses and examines the thoughts, ideas, images of the me. I am that I am. Ahaya, Ashah, Ahaya. When you speak those affirmations, you always say, I am, I am. Speak it into existence. These are the aspects of the creator on the mental plane, the macro prosophis, the the macro prosophis above, the micro prosophis, the microorganisms, the creation. All in a sense. This is how you understand it. Is it any wonder that you, the child, feel the instinctive reverence for the all, which feeling we call religion? That respect and reverence the father mind. Is it any wonder that when you consider the works and wonders of nature, you are overcome with a mighty feeling which has its roots away down in your inmost being? It is the mother mind that you are pressing close up to like a babe to the breast. Do not make the mistake of supposing that the little world you see around you, the earth, which is a mere grain of dust in the universe, is the universe itself. There are millions upon millions of such worlds and greater, and there are millions of such universes in existence within the infinite mind of the all. And even in our own little solar system, there are regions and planes of life far higher than ours, and beings compared to which we earthbound mortals are as the slimy life forms that dwell on the ocean's bed when compared to man. There are beings with powers and attributes higher than man. We know this, has ever dreamed of the gods possessing, and yet these other beings, what people call unidentified flying objects, extraterrestrial. Guess what? Extraterrestrial just means something outside of the terrestrial. We are terrestrial beings. Us humans, we're terrestrial, and in the cosmos, you have the celestial and the extraterrestrials, the higher forms of intelligence. All we are doing, our souls is ether, is passing through as an energy form inside a host within this realm, which our spirit never dies, energy never dies. And yet these beings were once as you, and still lower, and you will be even as they, and still higher in time. For such is the destiny of man, as reported by the Lumen. Lumen means basically the enlightened people that expanded their consciousness, that rise from that gross test state, that a low state, to that crown of the top of the chakra and the energy fields within your body. The awaken the third eye, the Kundalini. They got that Holy Spirit of pure thinking and ideology. Righteous, rightful thinking makes rightful decisions. For such is the destiny of man, as reported by the Lumen. And death is not real. What I just said. Even in the relative sense, it is but birth to a new life. And you shall go on and on and on to higher and still higher planes of life for eons upon eons of time. The universe is your home, and you shall explore its farthest recesses before the end of time. You are dwelling in the infinite mind of the all, and your possibilities and opportunities are infinite, both in time and space. And at the end of the grand cycle of eons, when the all shall draw back into itself all of its creations, you will go gladly, for you will then be able to know the whole truth of being, at one with the all. Ye are all God's children of the Most High. I'm going to keep saying that. Such is the report of the Lumen, those who have advanced well along the path. They ascended, they ascension, they rise to that higher state of consciousness. Got that crystals, which we know is the Christ consciousness. They reached that kingdom, Mount Chut, and the Sephiroths of the Hebrew. See, that's why I'm on to this form of knowledge at this point, because we studied the exoteric, the physical knowledge of books and taking things literal. Now that I understand that everything evolves in duality, we're going into the esoteric aspect of the knowledge, in which we always known our whole life. But now we got to understand how the eternal God and the creator aspect in our mental being actually operates, so then we can decipher why do we do the things we do physically. And a lot of the things that we know of in the Bible is allegories, metaphors, and spirited language, how they manifest the being in the first place. Such is the reports of the Illumined, those who have advanced well along the path. And in the meantime, rest calm and serene. You are safe and protected by the infinite power of the Father, Mother, Mind. Within the Father, Mother, Mind, mortal children are at home. There is not one who is fatherless nor motherless in the universe. Kudash, 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 Adonai, Elohim, Sabaoth, meaning holy, 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 Lord of hosts. Yah, He, Vah, He, divine masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine, as a collective whole, creating the tetragrammaton. In the beginning, Elohim, plural, meaning more than one, said, let us create them in our image. As above, so below. The macro prosophist above and the micro prosophist below. Salah, I'm out.